Hey guys, welcome back to the next reading session. Today I'm reading the new story. It's Thimble. So let's begin. These are the directions for finding the office of Cartert and Cartert. Mill supplies and leather belting. You follow the Broadway trail down until you pass the crosstown line, the bread line, and the dead line, and come to the big canyons of the money grubber tribe tribe. Then you turn to the left, to the right, dodge a pushcart and the tongue of a 2-ton 4-horse dray, and hope, skip, and jump to a granite ledge of the side of a 21-story synthetic mountain of stone and iron. In the 12th story, in the office of Cartert and Cartert, the factory where they make the mill supplies and leather beltings is in Brooklyn. Those commodities, to say nothing of Brooklyn, not being of interest to you, let us hold the incidents within the confines of a one-act, one-scene play, thereby lessening the toil of the reader and the expenditure of the publisher. So if you have the courage to face 4 pages of type and Carter's office boy, Percival, you shall sit on a varnished chair in the inner office and peep at the little comedy of the old nigger man, the hunting case watch, and the open-faced question, mostly borrowed from the late Mr. Frank Stockton, as you will conclude. First biography, but paired to the quick, must intervene. I am for the invented sugar-coated quinine pill, the bitter of the outside. The Carters was Columbia College professor, please rule, and the old Virginia family. Long time ago, the gentlemen of the family had worn lace, riffles, and carried tinless foils, and owned plantations and had slaves to burn. But the war had greatly reduced their holdings. Of course, you can perceive at once that this flavor has been shoplifted from Mr. F. Hopkinson Smith, in spite of the AET after Carter. Well, anyhow, in digging up the Carter history, I shall not take you farther back than the year 1620. The 2 original American Carters came over in that year, but by different names of transportation. One brother named John came in the Mayflower and became a pilgrim father. You've seen his picture on the corners of the Thanksgiving magazines, hunting turkeys. In the deep snow with a blond, blunder, blunderbuss. Blandford, Blandford Carteret, the other brother, crossed the point in his own brigantine, landing on Virginia coast and became an FFV John became distinguished for piety, piety, piaet, and shrewdness in business. Shrewdness in business. Blandford for his pride, juleps, marksmanship, 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 and vast slave cultivated plantations. Then came the Civil War. I must condense this historical interpolation. Stonewall Jackson was shot. Lee surrendered. Grant towered the world. Towered. Towered. Cotton went to 9 cents. Cotton went to 9 cents. Old Crow whiskey and Jim Crow cars were invented. The 79 Massachusetts volunteers returned to the 97 Alabama Zouaves, the battle flag of Lindy's Wayne, which they bought at a second-hand store in Chelsea, kept by a man named Skzinski. Georgia sent the president a 60-pound watermelon, and that brings us up the time when the story begins. But that was sparring for an opening. I really must brush up on my Aristotle. On my Aristotle. The Yankee Carterets went into business in New York long before the war. Their house, as far as the leather building and the mill supplies was concerned, was as musty, and arrogant and solid as one of those old East India tea importing concerns that you read about in Dickens. There was some rumors of a war behind its counters, but not enough to affect the business. During and after the war, Blandford Carteret FFV lost his plantations, juleps, marksmanship, and life. He bequeathed a little more than his pride to his surviving family. So it came to pass that Blandford Carteret the fifth, age 15, was invented by the leather and mill supplies branch of that name to come north and learn business instead of hunting foxes and boasting of the glory of his fathers on the reduced acres of his impoverished family. The boy jumped at the chance and, at the age of 25, sat in the office of the firm equal partner with John, the fifth, of the blunderbuss and turkey branch. Here the story begins again. The young men were about the same age, smooth on face, alert, easy of manner, and with an air that promised mental and physical quickness. They were razored, blue-serged, straw-hatted, and pearl stick-pinned like other young New Yorkers who might be millionaires or bill clerks. One afternoon at 4 o'clock, in the private office of the firm, Blandford Carteret opened a letter that the clerk had just brought to his desk. After reading it, he chuckled audibly, for nearly a minute. John looked around from his desk intriguingly. Alright, guys, thank you for joining me today and see you tomorrow on this second part of this fantastic story. See you. Bye.